Hello, everyone. I'm Jack, and I run a community on the platform called School. And so I'm making this video for people that maybe feel a little introverted or a little shy and creative, but also perhaps slightly confused because you've dreamed big, okay? You want to do online business, and you can look at the peak of the mountain, but then the everything is really about the steps, the daily inputs. So in this video, I would really like to focus on what are the daily inputs, so that you can focus on the priorities for yourself. Just allowing for more simplicity was what really helped me to book my first client. And in this video, let's just cover the daily fundamentals. Now, I'll be speaking a little bit more in terms of like the school landscape, but it's not about the vehicle you're driving, it's about the driver. So you can make this work on any platform, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Discord. The thing is, I honestly feel like social media is kind of not social anymore because people are basically just being fed like AI slop, and there's just so much consumption as people are like posting all of these things, and there's so much variety. But there's more connection and community when you're interested in the actual subject and you're engaging with people and contributing to the conversation. And that's why I might speak a little bit more in school terms. Now, as we get into this, you might have a little side of your brain that's like, yo, but Jack, I got to be focused on metrics and volume. And if I can do enough DM outreach, if I can do enough cold calls, if I could just do enough like email outreach. Now, I totally get this. Okay, I myself have tried a lot on the outreach side and just going ham on numbers, and you can do this. But like, if you go to enough houses with a piece of charcoal, I'm sure that somebody will take you up on this offer. Or you could just visit a few houses with a diamond, and I am sure that people would be really keen to serve you anything to get this diamond. So in this video, we're going to be more so focused on how to create a diamond for people so that the conversion is just more natural. So basically, when it comes to going from no clients, no real offer, maybe being a little shy, to confidently having clients that you are serving, we can basically distill like that process of that transformation into three things: attract, convert, deliver. Or I like to use the word invite, because basically what you're doing in this online game is you're meeting new people, and then you're getting to know them a little bit better so that the connection is warmer. And then from there, maybe they turn into a client relationship or a collab or a partnership, and then you actually are delivering something. Maybe that's when you actually give them your program or you give them your service delivery. So whether you're doing writing, coaching, video editing, content creation, like anything you're doing, you would start by having cold leads through attraction, warmer leads through invitation, and delivering to those leads as clients in the delivery phase. So, you can think about it like basically you're meeting someone new online. And so you start off, maybe you message with them, maybe you even go on a call, and then you're like, hey, look, you seem pretty cool. Do you wanna meet up for coffee or something? And then you guys go for a cafe little date, and you go on a walk maybe as well. And then after that, maybe you're like, you know what? I feel like giving you maybe a kiss or something, and something like that, okay? But I don't think many people would say that you can just go straight into the delivery phase with that. So that's why you build a network, you warm the connections up, and then you deliver. Back to like the main roadmap, that's what all of these steps that we covered in the last video are essentially covering. Basically, we just want to set aside time to focus on the activities for each of those three main categories. In the attraction phase, you have activities like commenting, posting, liking. And in the invite phase, you have activities such as direct messages or joining calls where maybe a community host has gone live. This is where you can start to strengthen connections because you've already kind of gotten to know them in the comment section or just by them seeing your name. And then in the invite phase is when you start to get a bit warmer. And then finally, you have delivery activities. And that's when you actually follow up with people and maybe you say, hey, I enjoyed our call. I would love to set up another one because you gave me some valuable information and I think I have something that can help you. That is when you start to convert over and actually deliver to somebody. You also have activities like content creation or delivery setup. So maybe you went on a call with someone, you learned about their biggest bottleneck, and now it's time to set them up with a solution. And maybe that's service delivery, where you're like, hey, I can write for you. If you want to do posts, I can help you with copywriting. Or it could be like a coaching, and they maybe have like a procrastination problem or a business confusion, and you could basically be like, hey, I have a lot of expertise with this, I can help you. We'll just do weekly calls and I'll give you some resources. So that's what the delivery looks like, and you might need to set that up. So these are the activities involved with the daily fundamentals, and basically for each of these you can kind of look at your calendar and see how you can put in 30 to 90 minute time blocks to basically focus on these activities. As you can see, some of them are a little more creative. So if you're in a more creative mode, then doing something like DM conversations probably wouldn't be the best time to schedule that. Let's just run back through the steps. If you aren't clear on your offer, if you're shy, confused, or introverted and you don't have clients, then you build a network. Then as you attract people, new cold leads, you start to warm the connections by connecting in the direct messages. As you connect in your direct messages, then you can actually book a research call and say, hey, I'm doing research on what would be valuable to people. Would you mind going on a call? And a lot of people overly niche this. So I would love to make another video as to how to approach research calls with the flexibility you need. Don't over specify your niche when you are booking research calls, because I did this and it really made it hard for me to gather genuine research because I was restricting myself to only talking to certain people. And you can do that. It's important to do that to an extent. But in the beginning, you need to see what you like and what will be valuable to people. And if you overly specify in the beginning, then that gets in your way. So then as you do 10 research calls, you can start to work with 3 to 5 of those people. And you've learned what their bottleneck is so that you can then go on another call with a solution for them. And even if they don't pay you, you can get a testimonial and you can get really tangible practice with actual delivery and see what you actually like to do. So then as you do the 3 to 5 case studies, you can clarify your offer. And this way you've seen, okay, I've worked with 5 people. I've started to see what the nuances are. And then you can clarify your offer from there because you can see what would be repeatable. And at that point, you have an offer, you have something you can repeat, and then you essentially do sales calls, because that way when you go on calls with people, you know that you have something valuable to resolve their bottleneck. So it's just a matter of going on more calls. And then by the time you do 30 sales calls, you can just book at least one high ticket client from there. And that is how you approach the strong purpose, 3 to 5 clients, and the financial freedom to travel. So as you can see, it's in Attract, Invite, Deliver that you can actually spend time on each of these steps along the way to getting your first client. Now, you might run into some questions about, okay, well, how do I actually host this research call? Or how do I actually send this direct message? Or how do I actually deliver this solution to the case study that I'm working on? So I'm happy to make content on those questions. I think research calls are a really important way to gather data as to what the solution is that you can offer. So I'm thinking that the next video I post would be about how to book a research call and how to run a research call and how to actually follow up with someone from a research call. So if that would be helpful, let me know. Or if there's another topic that you want to dive into, then I'm happy to do so. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I would love to see you in the comments, and I'm also on Skool if you want to join the community. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.